What if 2025 isn't just another year for Star Citizen, but the year it becomes the game we've all been waiting for? With CIG already back to work after their holiday break, this could be the turning point where playability, stability, and meaningful gameplay take center stage. Welcome back to Last Week in the Verse, where we break down the latest developments shaping Star Citizen. Historically, this time of year is quiet. CIG typically releases a patch just before Christmas, then steps away for over a month, leaving the office the week before the holidays and returning in late January. But this year, it feels different. They've returned not just with a plan, but with action, already working toward a 4.0.1 patch and tackling the issues that matter most to players. Today, we'll explore how their renewed focus on stability, refined gameplay, and a dynamic economy could make Star Citizen more engaging than ever. There's a lot to unpack, so let's dive right in. For years, Star Citizen has been defined by its ambition, a vision so vast it's captivated millions of players. But ambition without execution can lead to frustration, and the game's growing pains have been undeniable. While Alpha 4.0's release is a major milestone, it brings into focus the challenges that have held Star Citizen back, especially during a time of year that's typically marked by stagnation. The Christmas holiday season in particular has often been a double-edged sword for the Star Citizen community. Each December, CIG delivers a major patch right before stepping away for their annual break, leaving players to explore the latest updates in the verse. However, with the team out of the office from just before Christmas until late January, any bugs, crashes, or missing features introduced in the patch remain unresolved for weeks. This creates a sense of stagnation during what could otherwise be the most exciting time of year for players. This extended hiatus comes at a critical moment, as many players have extra time during the holidays to dive into the game. Instead of enjoying a polished and engaging experience, they often find themselves grappling with issues like server instability, broken missions, and gameplay loops that feel incomplete. For a game that promises an immersive, interconnected universe, these disruptions can be particularly disheartening. Take events like Siege of Orison or Xenothreat, for example. These large-scale experiences are meant to showcase the best of Star Citizen, bringing players together for thrilling battles and dynamic objectives. Yet all too often, these events are plagued by server crashes, desync, and other technical problems that go unaddressed during the holiday lull. But the issues extend beyond events. Missions, a core pillar of gameplay, frequently suffer from bugs, incomplete objectives, and lackluster rewards. Meanwhile, the economy remains static and disconnected, with prices, trade routes, and resource availability showing little reaction to player actions. Even smaller issues like unreliable transit systems or delayed hangar access add up over time, pulling players out of the immersive experience that the game strives to deliver. This year, however, feels different. Despite their usual holiday break, CIG deployed several hotfixes to address pressing issues in Alpha 4.0. Ensuring that players weren't left entirely without support. Now, with the team back in action and focusing on the 4.0.1 patch, there's hope that this pattern of stagnation can finally be broken. If CIG can maintain this momentum, they might not only overcome the challenges of the holiday season, but set a new standard for how Star Citizen evolves in the years to come. If you're passionate about the progress and challenges of Star Citizen and want to stay informed on the latest updates, consider subscribing to the channel. I break down the highs and lows of the verse every week, so you're always one step ahead in navigating the game's ever-evolving landscape. This year, CIG has returned from their annual holiday break with a level of energy and focus that stands out compared to previous years. Even during their time away, they deployed several hotfixes to improve the 4.0 experience. And now with the team fully back, they've already turned their attention to a 4.0.1 patch. This immediate follow-up signals a shift in priorities for 2025, ensuring that Star Citizen is not only stable and playable, but also continually improving. Unlike previous years where the verse felt stagnant until late January, this proactive approach could redefine how players experience the game in the critical weeks following a major patch release. Server meshing, the cornerstone of Alpha 4.0, has been a long time coming. After years of development and testing in earlier tech previews, it's finally live in the verse, and we're already seeing its potential benefits. By dividing the universe into localized server regions, server meshing allows different areas of the verse to operate differently. This means a crash or performance issue in one region no longer brings the entire game to a halt, a dramatic improvement from previous iterations. But server meshing hasn't just stabilized the game, it's also had a profound impact on gameplay. In previous versions of Star Citizen where static server meshing didn't exist, server FPS dropped so low that AI became virtually useless. Enemies wouldn't react properly, failed to pose a threat, and frequently felt more like set dressing than actual opponents. Now, with server meshing improving server performance, the AI has become far more dynamic and dangerous. I've personally been in a few situations where AI opponents have worked together to flank my position, pinning me down with suppressive fire while another group moved in for the kill. These moments of genuine challenge and unpredictability add a new sense of danger to the game, making combat encounters more thrilling than ever. For the first time, the verse feels like a living, reactive world where even NPCs can outsmart you if you're not careful. That said, 4.0 is not without its issues. While server meshing represents a massive step forward, some servers are experiencing degradation over time, becoming nearly unplayable after several hours of operation. This issue, where performance steadily declines as servers process more data, highlights the need for further optimization in the server networking code. CIG has acknowledged these challenges and plans to continue iterating on the technology, refining server meshing to address these pain points. Over time, better optimization will help ensure that these degradation issues gradually disappear, paving the way for a smoother, more reliable experience. Transit systems, whether it's elevators, trams, or hangars, are a critical part of navigating the verse. Yet in Alpha 4.0, these systems remain a significant source of frustration. In fact, with the introduction of server meshing, many of these issues have worsened. Originally designed for the older server technology, which supported only 100 players per server, these systems are now struggling to keep up with the demands of a server meshing environment that hosts 600 players, and will likely support even more in the future. Elevators frequently fail to arrive, leaving players stranded in stations or outposts. Trams often glitch out of existence or desync, disrupting travel to key hubs. Hangars and ATC systems occasionally fail to assign landing pads, forcing players to land illegally or abandon their ships entirely. These problems are more than just annoyances. They actively detract from the immersion and the flow of the game, breaking the sense of a seamless, interconnected universe. With the increased server population enabled by server meshing, these legacy systems are now under more strain than ever before. The additional players magnify the load on transit systems, turning minor issues into major disruptions. For example, a simple elevator bug that previously affected a few players now impacts dozens, leading to bottlenecks and compounding frustrations. Addressing these issues will require a complete overhaul of the transit system to align them with the new server architecture. The transit refactor planned for 2025 is not just a quality of life improvement, it's a necessity. By rebuilding the systems behind elevators, trams, ATCs, and hangars to handle the increased player count and server complexity, CIG can eliminate these pain points and make travel in the verse seamless and reliable once more. Imagine stepping onto a tram that arrives on time, every time, or calling an elevator that functions without delay, even in a crowded station. These improvements, while seemingly small, are foundational to creating a polished experience. As the player base continues to grow and server meshing expands its capabilities, fixing the transit system will be critical to ensuring that Star Citizen can handle the scale and ambition it's striving for. The economy is one of Star Citizen's most ambitious promises, yet it often feels static and disconnected from player actions. Prices remain largely unaffected by player activity, trade routes lack variability, and rewards often fail to justify the effort required to earn them. For a game that strives to create a living, breathing universe, the economy still has a long way to go. In Alpha 4.0, missions and payouts have become more stable, but the broader economy still struggles to feel alive. With server meshing enabling larger player populations and dynamic regions, the groundwork is being laid out for a more interconnected and reactive system. The potential to integrate StarSim, CIG's planned dynamic economy system, offers a glimpse at what the verse could become. StarSim would track trade routes, resource availability, and player activity in real time, creating a universe that reacts to both player actions and NPC simulations. Imagine a mining operation flooding the market with ore, driving prices down, or a pirate blockade causing a spike in the value of key goods and pyro. These mechanics would give traders, miners, and even pirates meaningful roles in shaping the economy, adding depth and purpose for every gameplay loop. However, bringing a fully dynamic economy online requires more than just a robust backend system. Players need incentives to engage with the economy in the first place. CIG could achieve this by offering rare item rewards for high-risk missions, integrating crafting materials into trade routes, or tying event participation to faction-based rewards. These additions would give players tangible reasons to interact with the economy, making it feel more integrated and impactful. As the economy evolves, so too will the way players interact with the verse. From miners and traders to bounty hunters and salvagers, a truly dynamic economy has the potential to unify gameplay loops and create a sense of progression that feels both meaningful and rewarding. Events have always been a highlight of Star Citizen, showcasing the potential for large-scale, dynamic gameplay. Experiences like Siege of Orison, Xenothreat, and Blockade Runner bring players together for thrilling battles, strategic objectives, and high-stakes teamwork. But as exciting as these events are, they've often felt disconnected from the broader narrative and hampered by technical issues. With server meshing stabilizing event performance, CIG now has an opportunity to elevate these experiences. Tying unique rewards to events could make them essential gameplay moments. Imagine earning exclusive ships, faction-specific gear, or powerful components by participating in Xenothreat, or successfully running cargo through a hostile blockade during Blockade Runner. These rewards would give players meaningful incentives to engage with the events and create a sense of achievement tied directly to their efforts. CIG also plans to integrate these events into the Verse's larger story, introducing new factions, conflicts, and opportunities for players to shape the game world. For example, events could challenge players to choose sides in a faction conflict, with their decisions affecting the balance of power in Pyro or Stanton. These narrative-driven moments would provide a sense of progression and interconnectedness that's currently missing from the Verse. Finally, events with purpose could serve as rallying points for the community, encouraging teamwork and collaboration. Whether it's defending a convoy from pirates or running critical supplies through a dangerous sector, these moments have the potential to bring players together and solidify Star Citizen as a game that delivers not only ambition, but also rewarding, memorable experiences. 4.0 marks a pivotal moment in the game's journey, demonstrating how far the technology and gameplay have come while highlighting areas that still need refinement. The successful implementation of server meshing, even in its early stages, shows that the Verse can support a larger, more interconnected player base. Players are already experiencing the benefits of more dynamic AI and seamless server transitions, offering a glimpse of what the game's future holds. However, the road ahead is just as critical as the milestone achieved. The challenges of server degradation, shard locks, and incomplete systems like the mission refactor and transit networks underscore the importance of continued iteration. While events haven't yet fully returned in 4.0, the groundwork laid by server meshing holds the promise of a more stable and engaging experience when large-scale events like Siege of Orison or Xenothreat eventually make their debut in this new framework. The real excitement lies in what's possible. With a more dynamic economy, meaningful mission rewards, and engaging narrative-driven events, Star Citizen could evolve into a game that offers players something truly unique. A universe that feels alive, where every decision, trade, and battle has an impact. By addressing the gaps in the current experience and building on the successes of 4.0, CIG has the opportunity to make 2025 a transformative year. For players, this means more than just waiting for the next patch. It's about participating in the evolution of a game that thrives on collaboration between its developers and community. Each hotfix, patch update, and new feature brings the Verse closer to becoming the game that we've dreamt of. A vast, dynamic playground where stories unfold organically, shaped by both technology and player actions. As 2025 unfolds, the promise of Star Citizen isn't just about ambition. It's about delivering on the vision that has captivated millions. Alpha 4.0 is the foundation, but the real test is how CIG builds on it to create a universe that exceeds even our loftiest expectations. While challenges remain, the progress made with server meshing and the opportunities ahead in 2025 give plenty of reasons for optimism. The focus now is on refining these systems, addressing lingering issues, and delivering the gameplay experiences that make Star Citizen truly extraordinary. What do you think about Alpha 4.0? Are you excited for what's next, or do you think CIG has more work to do before the verse feels complete? Share your thoughts in the comments. I'd love to hear your perspective and start a discussion. If you enjoy these videos and want to stay ahead in the verse, consider becoming a channel member. Members get access to exclusive Discord channels, behind-the-scenes content, early access to videos, and direct input on future topics. Your support helps me create more in-depth and engaging Star Citizen content for the community. But before you go, make sure you check out the next video where I dive into Exodus and discuss how the gaming industry is falling short and what can be done to fix it. It's a topic that's sure to spark some debate, and I'd love to hear your take. As always, thanks for watching. Fly safe, pilots, and I'll see you in the verse. Havoc out.